we go.
All right. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome to Jacqueline Valdez Live. I'm so excited to be here today. So today we are going to be talking about how to turn your challenges into opportunities. And I'm so excited for our guest, Adam House Sr. Welcome.
Man, I have so I guess there's no choice there.
So how's your day going so far?
Hey, thank you. Hang on one second, just getting some audio feedback. Everything's going great for me. Just on the road as always.
Yeah, you are definitely a busy person. I'm so glad that we're able to have this conversation today.
Me too. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, exactly. So tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, well, where do we start, right? So I've been an entrepreneur now for 27 years. I've started 7 different companies, now my 7th startup. I tell people I've spent 90% of those 27 years failing over and over again, but I just never gave up. And it led to 3 successful exits. I had a company that I literally started from a napkin, and now it's publicly traded on the NASDAQ.
Wow, that's really exciting. And I love that you brought up the point that you never gave up. That's something that I feel a lot of people have a challenge with is they want that dream, they have that passion, but they get the struggles along the way. And then they let fear kind of take over and they don't really know how to conquer that fear, how to have that faith, how to believe in themselves, how to believe in that journey and, just kind of go along with the journey.
Yeah, what I tell people is that faith and fear always coexist. They cannot be independent of each other, and unbelief.
Oh no, you're cutting out.
Believe if you don't, you have a choice. You have a choice to believe in faith or believe in fear, and so it's really in our mind. We have to make that choice, and it's not a set it and forget it decision. It's something that you have to do every day. So every morning I renew my mind. There's science behind it to support it. We have, the ability to reprogram our mind every morning. So every morning I renew my mind, set my intentions, and just know I'm going to fail, but I'm going to grow.
I love that so much. I love that you drop in gems and given some tips along the way.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And so how do you turn your challenges into opportunities? How did you find, the first struggle that you came across? How did you make that adjustment? What did you do?
Well, I've always valued the most important capital in the world, which is relationship capital. And I have something that I talk about, which is the relationship capital flywheel. And just go with me for this for a second. So Amazon has their flywheel that they talk about for customer experience. Well, mine is how to build relationships. And so in that flywheel, you have a mentor, right? Find someone that is where you want to go because they carry a universal authority to help you get to where they are, the struggles they've gone through. And a lot of mentors will admit that they've paid a lot of dummy tax. So learn from all of my dumb mistakes. Not that you're going to skip them all, but there's ways to optimize the process. So that's the first spoke in the flywheel. The second is to have a peer that you're climbing the mountain with, who's in the trenches with you. How can you climb together? And then the third, where a lot of people miss out, and if you're listening today, pay attention to this, okay? Everyone has a story that they can tell in a way that only they can tell it, that can inspire other people at the right time. And so whether you work at a gas station, you can find someone that doesn't have a job and teach them how to get a job at a gas station. So we all have these self-limiting beliefs like, oh, I'm not good enough to mentor someone. But if you believe in the 10x power of giving, then you will receive. That's really how you 10x your business and life. Everyone's looking for a gimmick or a hack. The best thing to do is to help other people. When I meet new people, I say, how can I help? And who do I know that can help? And then yes. So that you start there and it starts the flywheel spinning. And then at the center of the flywheel is the most important person, and it's you. It is the individual. If you can lead yourself, it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. That's why I even mentor peers and people you're mentoring, but you have to have the right intentions for yourself. And it's not a selfish thing. People like, oh, I just want to give. Well, you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to have fuel in the tank to give to others. So I've flipped the script and I invest a lot in myself. I spend over 6 figures a year on advisors and mentors because I know the power that they carry. They fill me up and then I can lead others.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So many gems. You're on fire today.
Mic drop. I'm out. Thank you. Can't get any
Oh.
better than this.
I love it so much though. And I love that you have an energy that's very giving. And, it's like a domino effect. I always say the more you give to yourself, the more you can help others, and not holding the knowledge that you know, but sharing that knowledge and letting that domino effect take place. So that way we make the world a better place. That way we make a better influence. And that way we're surrounding ourselves with, positive people that are wanting to make a change.
Yeah. Absolutely. And just to add to that, so it's actually really easy to give to others. Where a lot of people fall short is they don't have the ability to receive. Like,
Yeah.
people don't want to ask for help. And you have to flip your mindset on that as well. You're actually doing someone else a disservice if you don't let them help you, because they're trying to serve. That's a 10x opportunity for their life. So when you let people help you, then you're actually giving them 10 times what they're giving you.
That's so true. Yeah, it's definitely being able to take that love, take that guidance, and receive. And I've noticed that too along the way. A lot of people let their ego get in the way, and they have a hard time and difficult time taking that advice and just opening up the door, opening up the pathways for more room to grow.
Yeah. And it comes down to self worth. Like, a lot of people don't feel like they're worth other people's time. And like I said, if you can see it as you're actually helping them 10x their life, because I do believe you get 10 times back what you give. If you have that mindset, you're actually helping them also. So it's not like you're in need or desperate. You could be, but don't have that poor me mentality. Work together, build something great.
Right. I love that so much. And who is someone that is a huge inspiration to you?
I've had various. I've been blessed. God's put the right people in my path since I was a senior in high school. I had the honor of working for Dan Gilbert, who's the founder of Rocket Mortgage, owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I got like a crash course MBA. I didn't even know what I was learning at the time, but it really helped shape my career. When I lived in South Florida, I was connected to the Huizinga family. Now David Meltzer is a big influence in the House of Bricks, and actually an advisor for the House of Bricks and for me personally.
Very cool. Shout out, David. We love you. I love that so much. What is something that someone has told you along your journey that really stood out to you and has really made an impact and stayed with you?
I would say the best advice I ever received was from the founder of Monster.com. I was actually on his yacht in the Bahamas, and I said, "How did you do this? Like, this is just, incredible. How'd you get here?" And he said to me, "You have to learn the power of delegation. You have a gift. Do the 5% that you can do that no one else can do, and then build a team around you that can do the things that help you execute." So I'm a visionary. I surround myself with great people. Bill Joel is on my team, Paul, Michael. So it's just getting the right people around you, so you can specialize and do that 5% that no one else can do.
I love that. That's so true. It's hard finding that team around you that you really feel comfortable with, that you trust, that you support. How did you find your way to being able to open up those pathways to other people and to kind of give that freedom of not having so much control?
Um, it's just trust. You have to trust your team. You have to trust them to make mistakes, because I make mistakes and it is difficult, right? As the CEO and founder, you're the one paying the bills, you're the one paying the rent, and there's that pressure, but you have to balance positive pressure. And then I'm also very big on, within the culture, creating bottom up buy-in. So a lot of visionaries go top down, like, "Hey, this is how we're doing it." Well, I don't know everything, right? You got to hire the people that know what their special role is, and you have to trust them. "Hey, what do you think? How should we do this?" So getting that bottom up buy-in is really powerful.
Yeah, I love that you said that. Yes, Bobby said letting others help is a lesson that he learned much later in life, but it's such great advice. So true. That's something I'm also dealing with right now is letting some of the other roles instead of doing everything and overwhelming myself, letting other people on my team come in and help me along the journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, yeah, it is something that is tough because I've had some people mention it to me too and ask when they knew that we were going to have this conversation, how do you let that freedom go of not being so in control and letting your team grow and finding that trust in people and finding that trust in the team around you?
You have to have clear responsibilities, right? What are people supposed to do? And as the leader, what you're good at and what you're not.
Yeah.
And it also, you have to know it's going to create more space for you to do and lead the company. So if you're so in the weeds, you can't really create vision. And that's what creates buy-in is people want to follow a leader with vision.
Ah, I love that so much. Yes, more gems. I love it. So, what challenge have you come across that was the most difficult for you that you had to overcome?
Oh man, over 27 years. I don't know if there's just one. I mean, it really is being a startup founder, being an entrepreneur. You really have to know that you're going to fail every day. And I don't even really use the word failure because I call it the F word. But if you frame it the right way, knowing like, why do we go to the gym? We break down our muscles, they get stronger. So you have to know without failure and resistance, there's no growth. So resistance equals growth. And I mean, I could tell a story. So with my healthcare analytics business, we were burning about 200,000 in cash a month, and we were closing on a $5 million Series B round, and we only had, I think, 60 grand in the bank and had to make payroll by Friday. So the guy kept putting it off, putting it off. Finally, we closed the funding round. It's like, how do I come up with $200,000 in 3 days? So we ended up closing the funding round and made payroll on Friday, and literally the bank was at zero.
Wow.
So that's
Very
just one.
Yeah.
I could take up your whole show with stories like that.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that with us. How do you stay so centered? Because you do many roles and you do have your hands in a few different things. How do you stay calm, centered, together, organized?
I'm not. I'm losing it. No, I'm being honest here, man. Come
I
on.
love
I'm
it.
losing it. Yeah. This is the toughest thing I've ever done. It's, building your own personal brand, keynote speaking, podcast, building a community, the House of Bricks community. It's founded on those principles of how can I help and who do I know that can help. It is all about relationship capital. But to answer your question, yeah, I have a good team around me. I try to lead myself. I control my morning. So I have non-negotiables every day that build my confidence, get me ready for the day. And I just give. So when you fill yourself up in the morning, then it's easy to just give throughout the day. But if you don't take care of yourself first, you have nothing to give.
I love that so much. That is something that I've just started also is really prioritizing myself first thing in the morning and having those things that it's like, okay, I need to do the self-love. I need to get my mind straight. I need to get myself ready. And let's start making an impact on others and start with
Right.
yourself. That's such a huge, important keynote that you gave for sure.
It is. And this is really, and just to add to the toughest thing I've ever done. So we're also doing business advisory within the House of Bricks community. So if there's entrepreneurs out there and you're kind of in the same place that I am or have been where I have been, we have about 50 members in our community. It's a curated community, best in class people, venture capitalists, investment bankers, other entrepreneurs, and it's just founded on that relationship capital. And it's called the House of Bricks, play on my last name. God gave me a great name for a community. And the bricks represent our life's experiences. And you can either carry them with you and they're heavy and weigh you down, or you can lay them down and build a strong foundation. So we talked about turning obstacles into stepping stones. Everyone talks about failure and doing that, but it's really hard to do on your own, right?
Right.
It's okay to be independent, but you do not have to be alone. And that's what a lot of leaders feel alone. Who can I go to? I can't go to my team and say, hey, we're running out of money. I can't make payroll Friday. You can't go to your wife. She's going to leave you. Just kidding, Vanessa, if you're listening. So she's not. She's stuck with me for 27 years. So it's just, you don't have to be alone. When we get on in a community with a shared frequency and you're climbing the mountain together, you're serving others, it just creates magic.
I love that. I love that instead of using the rocks and using the bricks as something weighing you down, using that as stepping stones. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. And Bobby has a really good question, which is something that I was going to touch about also, was how do you leverage LinkedIn to build your brand? How do you leverage social media to help build your brand and help push you out there?
That is a phenomenal question. If Bobby, did I plant you on this call? No. Over the last year, building my personal brand, anyone that's on LinkedIn, and this is where my focus is right now, you'll see it. There's so many gimmicks. Everyone is a guru, expert. I've never been in a place with so many experts. Everyone's profile says they're an expert, right? So there's all these different things you can do, nurture sequences and, using AI and all that. You have to view LinkedIn as like a giant cocktail party, right? You're not just going to go in and, say to someone, hey, we have some mutuals in common, or, all these pitch slaps that you get. So in May, I brought on our head of growth, Michael, and he's been on LinkedIn for a long time. And he really helped me shape my strategy. So I probably wasted over 50 grand on just different tactics and gimmicks. And now just approaching LinkedIn authentically, trying to build relationships, has nothing to do with how many connections you have. I look at these people with 50,000 connections. If you're listening, I'm sorry, but they've never done anything in life. They've just been on LinkedIn. So don't focus on how many connections you have, focus on engagement. And we talked about the give first mindset on LinkedIn. Compared to anywhere in the world, you have to give first and give abundantly and not expect anything in return. And over time, that flywheel will spin. But anyone that wants to learn more about our LinkedIn program, they can message me on LinkedIn. I'll connect them with Michael. Not advertising here, but I'm just sharing my dummy tax. So you want to keep doing what you're doing, go ahead. You want to do it efficiently. We have a program called LinkedIn Made Simple. So the simple stands for strategy, right? What are your goals for LinkedIn? The I is innovation, where you're going to test, fail, learn, grow, test, fail, learn, grow. The M stands for mindset, because what you think will work will not work. And it takes time. It will take twice as long as you think. P stands for pattern. So looking at what worked, what didn't. The L stands for leverage. So a lot of entrepreneurs try to leverage way too soon. They want to leverage in the beginning. And that's typically the wrong things. How often do you start something and it's wrong, right? So if you're 10xing at the beginning, you're just creating a compounding problem. And then E is execution. You got to have ongoing accountability and discipline.
Oh, I love that so much. And I love that you touched on it takes time and it takes that patience. And, it doesn't matter how many people you reach in the beginning. It just, that journey has to happen.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people want things to happen right away and expect results immediately.
And let me just tell you, LinkedIn is a wide open gold mine. So there's 1 billion users on the platform, but probably only 3 or 4 million are considered active. So if you can get in early and start now, don't start tomorrow. Start now, start today. There's nothing different tomorrow. Just start, and you don't have to worry about creating cool videos. Just go and start liking and commenting on other people's posts. If you're afraid of the camera or you don't know what to post, just go serve others, and that will start to bring traction to your profile.
I was going to actually ask you, do you notice a difference when you do go on people's social media and support them and like them and share their content?
It's the number one thing you can do. Go serve others on social media and it will come back to you tenfold.
Yes, I love it. Was there any projects that are coming up for you?
Well, I just started again keynote speaking. So I've had a couple keynote speaking engagements. If anyone's looking for a speaker, I think I can do a pretty good job. Uh, the community we continue to build. We've launched our LinkedIn Made Simple program. So many good things going on. Just helping entrepreneurs, helping CEOs, helping business leaders. And we can all be a business leader and we can all be an entrepreneur. You don't have to own your own business to be an entrepreneur. It's actually a mindset. It's an innovative mindset of growth. And so anyone that wants to grow, build their personal brand, it's the best investment you can make is in yourself.
I love that. Believe in yourself and invest in yourself. Woo!
Yes, there we go.
Was there anything that you wanted to tell the viewers?
Well, just thank you for having me on your show, and thank you for anyone that's listening out there. I know time is our most valuable asset, so if you learned anything today, I think I just appreciate everyone's time.
Yeah, you gave so many gems. It has been such a pleasure and such a wonderful time. What is something that you want to be remembered by?
I want to be known as someone that lived their legacy. And when I say that, legacy is often viewed as a deathbed decision, but you'll never find a U-Haul behind a hearse. You can't take any of it with you. So live your legacy. It's not a deathbed decision. And know that you have a story that you can tell that's going to inspire someone. Start telling your story today.
Oh, I love it so much. I could talk to you all afternoon. So many gems you've been dropping, and I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
to follow your journey and see all the amazing things that are happening. And thank you for sharing so many gems today.
Thanks for having me. This was a blessing for sure. And best of luck to you on your continued journey. I know this is difficult, so keep climbing, keep building. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, sounds good. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching Jacqueline Valdez Live, illuminating the world one voice at a time. Thank you guys. Take care. Thank you.